troubles, he started to sink. His mind, his heart, everything sank. And we can feel that in our own life, that when we focus on trouble, our heart sinks. We don't feel as encouraged, faithful. And what happens when we're happy? See, we still are trying to push the good circumstances and that be our peace, that be our joy. But peace really comes from the inside. And it's a special grace that all these martyrs and great saints that could endure terrible things. I couldn't imagine to go through some of the things that they did, but it's a supernatural grace that they received, the peace from Jesus. And that really makes a difference. It comes from your heart, it comes from inside, and it is there despite all the troubles. So one, I think, really needs to shift their focus from seeking peace from the externals or from other people to make us happy, to make us peaceful, to accept us, to love us. We all want that. But then the other strange thing, the other people want that too. And we're not able to give them that. So how do we expect others to give that to us? We can expect it from God and from Jesus. And we can experience the peace of God daily in our life. And one of the things that I find is I surrender all my troubles and my worries and whatever's on my heart first thing in the morning. I go to God and I lay it to His feet. And I so strongly believe in that if I focus on the problems, I see them all, my heart sinks. I don't have courage for the day. I need graces for the day. So I surrender everything first thing in the morning. And then, during the day, whenever I need to, I remember, God, I cannot do this. I lay down help. And you see, when you have done everything that you can do to solve a problem and everything, because we are supposed to do something, what we need to do, but then a lot of things are not in our control. And the only thing we can do is to surrender and to let go. And when we finally let go, God is almost like, finally, now I can help you. So I have a few saint quotes here that I just find beautifully going with it, and you can think of these going through the day, what some of these great saints, great examples for our life gave to us. So let's see. Saint Francis of Sales said, "Do not lose your inner peace for anything whatsoever, not even if your whole world seems upset. If you find that you have wandered away from the shelter of God, lead your heart back to Him quietly and simply." So don't judge yourself for losing that peace, for not focusing. Don't tell yourself, oh, how dumb was I to not surrender that immediately. But quietly and simply, even if the whole world goes down, you can have that peace. I like what Saint Philip Neri said, and this is also a great saint, and this might help us in our daily life. We must sometimes bear with little defects in others as we have, against our will, to bear with natural defects in ourselves. If we wish to keep peace with our neighbor, we should never remind anyone of his natural defects. So remember that we have so many faults, but we always have excuses for our faults, for our misconduct, and point out the defects of others and don't take their excuses. We only have them for ourselves. You want to keep peace and peace be your priority, then you overlook defects. You don't point them out. It's okay. I want to share this from Saint Alphonsus Liguori. The more a person loves God, the more reasons he has to hope in him. This hope produces in the saints an unalterable peace, which they preserve even in adversities, because as they love God and know how beautiful he is to those who love him, they place all their confidence and find all their repose in him alone. You see, St. Alphonsus Liguori. As I say, if you love God, you remain in his peace and you look towards him, and you won't lose your peace that easily. Simple but hard to do and practical. I know. And it's a practice, lifetime practice, honestly, lifetime practice. We have been given not only one day on this earth, but a whole life to be able to practice this. St. Francis of Assisi said, "While you are proclaiming peace with your lips, be careful to have it even more fully in your heart." So these are some beautiful quotes that I hope are helpful to you, and you understand that the peace that Jesus gives is not overlapping with the peace that the world says and gives. What the world gives is not a constant. Everything's always changing. And even if there is a promise of everything being perfect, it's never working out. You never find your peace in the world, in the circumstances. It's amazing, because even people that have gone on silent retreat and like put themselves away from all the troubles, maybe traveled somewhere else, they still took themselves with them. And then they were still not at peace, because they took their mind and they trashed that they had in their mind and in their hearts with them. And even if nobody else bothered them, they still didn't have the peace. You can only find peace in God. God bless you. And I hope to see you next week again for another video. God bless you.